For a long time, and I'll say that you guys need to get your story straight, because that's not what your predecessor, I'm not talking about you, your predecessor flat told them
that they could not.
That they couldn't go over there because she was on Coleman Electric.
That's correct.
Is not true.
That is correct.
And if he said that
he said it.
I'm not going to get into what he said and what he didn't say, but really in our siting process, that she was not considered from the very beginning, and she wasn't notified and everything like that. So that's
so you can't go back and consider her now. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it would go against our process to do that, and I think Todd did contact her, and he did look at it in design. You know, after you on moving this, he asked design to move this as far west as he could.
Our concern was our woods. By going across there and then going here, you're 2 to 3 times more woods that you're taking out. I mean, he wasn't listening.
No. That's not the case, because this is a shorter distance here than this. So he was.
We can keep.
I mean, we're talking diagonals versus square. You know.
Yeah, I know. I've measured it. We can measure it on here, but it's a little bit more this way. But it was getting it farther away. But it's not, 2 or 3 times.
This is going to be a lawyer situation. Yeah, exactly.
That wouldn't really play into it.
Is Arab Electric the one that requested all this to be done? Like, did they seek out TVA?
This is a delivery point for Arab Electric.
Okay.
Yeah. You didn't answer a question.
Did
Arab Electric request that you do this?
Yes.
Because that's not the answer when she talked to Arab Electric. So
we can double check that for sure. That would be a question for our planning department. We just do the siting, but as far as who originated the project, we can confirm that. We really don't get involved on that side of the projects. Once they're decided that we need a line from point A to point B, that's where our focus is. But we can find out from our planning department.
So as you being the site manager and the engineer, knowing the engineering aspect of it, you see absolutely no way that this can be remedied.
In terms of
moving it out of our woods.
And over onto the adjacent property?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it couldn't be done, but we have a process for our siting that we try to follow very diligently. We spend a lot of time on the front end. Before we ever even start putting lines on a map, we've looked at the general area at a high level. We're looking at point A and point B, point A being over at Arab. What is the line that we're wanting to connect to get it onto our system, and we define what we call basically a geographic project boundary, and within that boundary we have a team that populates that map with any physical constraint on the ground that we need to account for when we're coming up. Environmental, physical structures, churches, road crossings.
About that comment is for you. The environmental study wasn't done before this is planned, was it?
When I say that, what they do is they bring in all the environmental data that they have when they're putting these routes down. Once we get to the preferred route, we're going to do a survey and another environmental study of that specific route.
And they can get a copy of that?
Yeah, we would definitely, as this moves forward, we want a copy of all surveys, impact surveys that are conducted.
In that case, I think you would have to do what's called a FOIA request.
We'll do that.
And on our website,
I'm familiar with it.
Okay, on our website there is.
So and I understand you're talking about the processes. So is it the fact that the process is already this deep into it that
right here when she gets through?
It's hard to go back?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But it is possible.
The problem we have with that is that, there were 3 places that were set up, so we didn't know for a while what was chosen. And then once it was chosen, all of a sudden, all this stuff was stated, And we kept trying to communicate, you know, our issues with that, or this
Yeah.
could have been addressed far earlier in the
So when you're
process.
saying you're talking about the 3 different potential
Right,
tap
early
points.
on.
Yeah.
Correct, and also
We
staying
we did address these concerns the
With our initial letter.
the very first
When
email that was sent.
before
Yes,
ours
yes,
wasn't even.
You did, and we recorded that.
And so
And that's what brought about the moving it to the
No,
west.
it's not.
yeah, so when the preferred route announcement went out, John, correct me if I'm wrong, it would have been the route that originally started in this area, right?
And come down here.
It was at this corner, and it was coming to here.
Yep, that's right.
And, that was far too close to, you know, residences and.
We're coming up with our preliminary route, the access road.
Well, what will I can show you on here, but what will happen is a right-of-way forester from our group will come out here, and he'll look at it, and he will meet with you guys. So, and at that point, he'll map this access road. I have it shown on the map here, but you know that doesn't. The right-of-way forester is going to actually be the one that is overseeing the.
Our goal, you know, if you review the emails, you know, yes, we're trying to cover our butts first, but we're also trying to help our neighbors out as well, because, you know,
We're all.
we're all being affected. Whereas
We would absolutely love it if you just go over there and cut through that
Waddell owns
cattle
7,000
pasture
acres.
and avoid.
Access road.
Well, no, I mean, just do your nodes over there, cut through all that cleared pasture, and leave us out of it. That's the ultimate. That would be the ultimate.
Hello, Mr. Lambert. Hello. John Roberts.
I feel the most competent people.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Lambert. This is Shane Beasley.
Hey, Mr. Lambert, Shane Beasley. Nice to meet you.
I'm Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
It's nice to meet you.
Jason.
How are you, sir?
So, Mr. Lambert, I think Todd, who I guess you've probably spoken with.
Couple times.
Oh yeah. He's working in a new group now. So
Yeah.
he's no longer in the siting group.
Yay.
So,
Yay.
well,
Well,
Todd is a great guy.
Yeah.
Is he?
When you do the job we do, you know, coming out
You-
and talking to people about property lines.
Oh, yeah,
and
it's hostile territory.
It's not, you know, the start of a.
no, it's
friendly
terrible.
relation. So you're
I don't
behind
envy
the eight
any of
ball.
you.
You're behind the 8 ball.
None of you.
To begin with, but I can tell you, Todd is a top-notch individual, and
Well, I just wish you'd given me better information during our first conversation.
Same.
this process takes a little time from start to finish, and things change during the process. You know, we get new information, people sell property, we end up with new owners, and you know, it's an evolution, really.
What'd you find out about my archaeologist?
Oh yeah,
Well,
Emma.
and what I've done is provided them with your contact information. That's in a database, so that anybody coming out here should contact you. But I don't know them.
Yeah, they said they didn't deal with you either.
So
Well, they recently got put under another organization in TVA. The archaeological folks are part of external relations now.
So I actually had communicated with Zach, and it was biological and cultural were combined. So I thought, hey, I had communicated with Zach and biological that have all your badges, to let you know ahead of time, bring you information on the bees. So it really shocked me when you said, hey, these cultural guys are out here, and you know, no badges, no letting you know that they were coming. But
That's
they're
crazy. And the reason why we say that is Ron's hunting.
Yes, right.
I mean that we're talking a possible
That's-
life and death scenario.
That's crazy to me that people would come out here
With
and
no
not-
knowledge of the
not-
homeowner.
Not come up, knock on your door, and not tell you who they are, what
So
they're
this
doing.
is right. Look at all this wide open space over here on the other side of this fence.
And it's cattle maintained, and you don't have to.
And we're not talking put it right out in the middle. We're talking just go right over, move those little tapes 100 feet that way.
Okay. That's this. And where you guys are.
Those tapes are the center line?
Yeah, those are.
Yeah.
The tape is?
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's horrible.
what's on this side is going to be looking like this. I mean, but
So how about a nice little center line over there in this clear green, no tree ridden pasture?
it saved Dennis's whole back section, save ours.
I mean, this will run all the way down our fence row this way, and then we're going to go all the way back behind. That is a huge impact.
It is. You do have a large impact.
Share the love.
Good point now.
But Dennis probably knows a little bit. This is Dennis's property right over here.
Right there.
So we're looking that way.
So Shane, what I'm seeing is this is where that line's coming up to make the turn to head that way. And by extending it up into the field, and then you got a straight shot that doesn't involve trees to set a tower before turning to go out to the green field we were just at.
And it is almost as ideal as the green field over there as far as, you know, at easy access, straight shot. Waddell would probably would probably want the forestry or the meadowland type aspect, and so it wouldn't take treating.
So why is this line not correlating with that yellow line exactly?
Well, that's where Todd had to come out and cross the road over here. He couldn't put the line over the top of a home, whether that's
There's no home
occupied.
to put a line over top of.
That's true.
Well,
It's sitting there now, but by clearing day, it will be gone.
That's right.
It's on.
It's on Dennis's property. That's not Guzman's.
well, there's some structures on Guzman's. I mean,
Yeah, there are structures on Guzman's. But the camper and the chicken coops and the mobile homes have got to be moved because they're largely on, a lot of those are on me. And I've told him. As a matter of fact, I've told him 3 times that he was moving in on me. First 2 didn't do any good till I finally, after your surveyors wouldn't put a pin in the road for me, I had to have it surveyed. And I showed Tony, I said, look, here's my corner, and it goes straight back that way.
Yeah, and I mean, we can take you to go look at those structures.
Yeah, well, we can.
I mean,
look from
One
over
of them
here.
is on logs, so that they can roll it around whenever they. And I'm talking about
You're talking like 50.
an ancient mobile home that's on logs.
that somebody gave to them because they needed it off of their property.
So, is this a possibility?
Yeah.
His brother did him.
We'd have to talk about
Right.
it. Like I said,
That lessens the impact some.
well, where we are in the schedule right now, this center line has already been surveyed.
But it can be resurveyed.
Yeah, we were told
Not
that
saying
could be resurveyed.
Not saying it couldn't, but this is something we can't say yes to anything
I understand that.
out here today.
I understand
and
that. And I didn't expect that you would be able to.
Understood. And this may be what we have to go with.
There'd be much more resistance than you've got today if that is the case.
Yeah,
Understood.
yeah, definitely.
But we're out here today
As
to
well
look.
as the people.
That's why we're here.
Absolutely. Let's keep.
But
But I mean, so, you know, if you think of it in the sense of common sense, common eye, I mean, a cleared pasture seems like a far more ideal
Less
area
impact, when that's the goal of the project, and that's the way it was
that it
stated
should
to us in
be.
the first place.
Less impact to.
And then for it to be this long, a year into the process now, before we got actually feet on the ground and taking a look at it, and then using an excuse of we're too far along in the process, really doesn't cut
That's
mustard.
true. That's true.
Well,
Let's keep going.
I understand until we get markers in the ground, it's hard to visualize what, from your eyes, what it's going to look like. I understand.
And vice versa.
We
It's
knew
hard
what
for
it would
you
look like
guys to
because you guys
visualize
sent us
from
that. We knew
overhead.
where that was going through, and we knew that there was already cleared pasture land that cows will maintain, and then previously cut timber that.
Hey, we're here to listen. We're not going to get any clear-cut answers today.
We
I
have
think-
to also, there are other people that have not been a part of the process to this point. The open house,
It's hard to
we
tell.
have a way to do things, and before
But there's-
we ever even get to our preliminary routes, we've done a lot of work.
Well, no, that's exactly it. But my initial response when you guys stated that, I stated that you guys could run to this corner. I mean, that was the first one. You guys hadn't even
Before-
established
that's
the
right.
route. That very first letter that you guys
After the
required
virtual
either in writing
tour.
or by email with the virtual tour, I stated it would be okay if you guys stayed in the pasture and came to this corner and then.
And that was
And-
months before we
Well,
got
that
a
was-
letter
that was
saying they
last
selected
January.
the preferred
I mean,
route.
We did that over, the Christmas, New Year's break, I believe.
It was I've got it printed out and everything inside, so I've
February,
got the
maybe.
dates. But I mean, the virtual tour online offered at the very end for you to email and tell your questions and concerns. We did that then. There was unless the preferred route was already selected. So we expressed our concerns before anything else was selected. So as far as how the process got here, that's kind of
That
a
was why, we felt when we saw the second one intruded on us even more. That's why we just started sending emails trying to figure out, and we've never been through this before. And this isn't our job, and
that's right.
and so it's been very difficult mentally and spiritually, like I was
That's
saying
true.
earlier. Trying to figure out where to go.
These folks have not been previously engaged with
I'm not 100% sure on that because they may have had some initial right-of-way on them, but I can look into that.
They
I know
can be
that one of
engaged.
the first sightings that was notified by the people on the other side of Guzman, they stated there were trucks out in this field and they were walking the field and surveying at some point.
Yeah, Harley and Tyler and Harley Grizzard. So they actually have been out in Waddell's pasture.
Well, I hope y'all can understand from us being out here, I take private property rights very seriously.
I think,
And that's the reason we have the process we have, is to present options, and
and I appreciate you saying that.
we don't want we want to have a cooperative, we want to be able to work with people and make adjustments.
Well, here, let's work together and let me get this.
Well, that's awesome, right?
Once the actual no decision was made, then immediately, just to make sure that decision was solid, then there could have been somebody out on the ground before we went through the survey, went through,
Yeah, we could have saved a lot of this.
in order to see, is this really the area that we need to survey? Because this has only been done digitally. This hasn't been done analog.
Do you do this often? Come out and walk woods and
Oh yeah.
with customer or
Where I live.
with hostages?
Do what now?
With hostages?
With hostages? Yeah, that's me. But no,
No, that's us.
where I live, we back up to a state forest, and
But I was talking like work wise.
yeah, we just as needed.
Is it needed often?
Sometimes more than others.
Yeah.
We'll probably grab a bite to eat in Gunnersville or something.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if when we get done, you guys
Mistletoe.
some fajitas.
Come to you. Give it a try.
Oh, we will.
The restaurant here in Arab called Sierra.
Yeah.
It's delicious.